changes. His word is steadfast. And even though our world says, yeah, but how many of y'all have faced anything that's been a tough challenge? Anything that rattled you to the core of your faith? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? You are faced with then a decision to believe and trust in the shadow that appears, or you're forced to believe in the light that is always good. There are multiple things, and I'm just going to tell you this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I hate feeling like you're going to get a bearer of bad news, but it's really good news if you know where I'm going. You will be faced with many troubles. The moment you say, in full surrender, I trust the Lord my God, you will be faced with troubles. Or else we wouldn't have verses that say, for we trust in our God and in his unfailing love, and we will not be shaken. Why would it tell us that we will not be shaken unless something's going to come along and try to shake us? For trusting in his unfailing love. So be like the wise man that considers how much it costs to build the full building and decide right now, am I going to do this? Am I going to live for Jesus? Am I going to say exactly what he wants me to say when he asks me to say it? Am I going to go where he calls me to go when he tells me go? Am I going to live the way he tells me to live when it goes against the grain in the crowd? If that answer is wholeheartedly right now yes, then be warned, it's not going to be easy. But our God will always be good. And at some point, you're going to be faced with, do I trust in his goodness? Or do I get so confused by the shadows and I give up? Anybody ever felt like that? That you're like, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I need to know that I've got to trust that God's good. How many of y'all have ever seen something really tragic happen? And I know we've got a young crowd in here, but I'm really going to be honest. How many of you have seen something tragic happen and you thought, if there was a God that could have prevented this and he didn't, how could he still be good? Anybody ever had that thought? I have had that thought. I'll just confess it right now. I'm sorry, but when I still see poverty in this world, when I still see kids being abused in their homes by a relative every single night, I have those questions. If God could prevent this, if he could just stop it all, how is he still good? God never changes like the shadows. He is always the same. He is good because that's who he is. So if he's good, there's got to be a different answer to that question. There's some shadows trying to mess with your mind. But are you kidding me? Why are you blaming God when the fact is that we're blaming that shadow that's come in and perceived us to look at it a different way than how he really is? All right. When I knew that the theme of this weekend was movement, I could have gone many directions in the way that I felt like I really wanted to talk with you, but I can't stand here and not say what I really felt like God needed to tell you. And this is just 3 little small things. Trust that he is good. Be faithful. Be faithful. Trust that he is good. Be faithful and keep moving.